Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cocktails and Rocktails on a podcast episode. Because you guys know if it's a podcast episode, something good is about to happen. And it's going to happen again. And today, as always, I just want to start by saying thank you so much for all the love and support, all the new people coming and being open and being so cool, and everybody that's been here and supportive, and Christina, the Della, everybody, just Desiree, and of course our guest today, because like I said, thank you so much for all the love and support, everybody. Means truly the world to me. And because of our guest today, we are going to have another one of these Juicy Johnny IPAs, because her stories are always juicy and different than everybody else's. That's right, you guys, kick up your feet, grab your juicies, and let's have a cocktail and rocktail. And welcome back Miss Diana D.D. Williams. Woohoo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I've got one of our favorite ladies from the 80s here with us again today. Welcome to Miss Diana D.D. Williams. Say hello, Dee.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Everybody's looking forward to hearing more from you, so we're going to start out swinging. And we're going to start out with the top, because we just talked about, you haven't talked about Lemmy yet. So tell us about your Lemmy experiences.
I have a couple of Lemmy stories. Well, I met Motorhead when they first started touring over in America. I think it was 80 or 81. I had a friend named Stacy, and she was with Phil.
Nice.
And she was trying to get me to go on tour with them, and I was like, no way, they're ugly. We were looking for like beautiful men, back then, and I was so stupid, so young, so stupid. But I was like, no way, I'm not even gonna party with them. I didn't. And then years later, I was so into Motorhead, I was like, oh my god, definitely party with them. They're probably really cool.
So,
and I did, and they were really nice. I think Lemmy always had it for me.
Yeah.
And I would not. I don't know why I wouldn't. I liked him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has to do with something he said. Sometimes the chase is better than the
catch.
Yes.
Yeah. And I agree, but I highly recommend Lemmy,
We were playing with the Chromags one time in San Antonio at Sunken Gardens, and I was so hammered. I don't know what I was doing, but I ran straight into Lemmy's belt buckle. I don't know what I was doing with my head. I don't know.
I was going to say, because that's kind of a very specific height range, and I know you're a little taller than that.
Then I hit his belt buckle, and what did he say? He said, a little bit down, darling.
Lemmy was never one to turn a beautiful girl down.
I had an imprint of his belt buckle on my head. Because I went in the bathroom and I was like, oh my god.
Okay, now here's a question. Recently, Lemmy's kids gave certain people, very close friends, little casks of his ashes, like little tiny bits of his ashes. And they went out to quite a few people. His ashes are going to be interned at the Bloodfest grounds and stuff like that. But so James Hetfield, and we both know James, took some of Lemmy's ashes and had a tattoo made of him. And every one of us who has talked about this, no tattoo artist worth their salt would be putting human ashes into a tattoo. What do you think about that with James and Lemmy's ashes?
I didn't really hear it. I think that is super cool. I mean, I think that is like a lot of respect.
Yeah, but at the same time, because there's physical reactions, it's human ashes. They're not like ashes you would dig out of the, fireplace. They're very porous. They've got fragments of bones in them and stuff. And every tattoo artist that several of us talk to would not do this because there's health regulations.
Yeah, there is. But, I mean, nobody's going to say no to James because he's famous, you know.
Exactly.
No tattoo is, you know, there's probably not very many tattoos that would say no.
Well,
what about Keith Richards? Keith Richards snorted his dad's ashes.
Yeah, and he got sick afterwards.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know he got sick.
Yeah, he threw up afterwards.
I would probably think so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. And what did how often did you hang out with Lemmy? Did you run into him at the Rainbow or anything, or?
Oh, God, yeah. So I'd go by and see him, and I'd go by and hide and come up behind him and say something. I'm very playful, very silly, and always doing pranks, you know, so I did all sorts of stuff at the Rainbow. Mario would let me get away with murder.
Oh, I miss Mario. I loved him. So
Mario Maglieri.
Yeah, and Michael just passed away a little while ago.
I know, you told me. I didn't really know Michael. I knew Mario very well.
And see, I knew Mario, Scarlett, and Michael, and then after John passed, when I was down there with Cy a lot, John's best friend, we would hang out with Michael and go out to dinners and stuff. And
Mario just loved me, probably because I was always by myself till I met Leah.
But did you have more fun? Because a lot of women these days are really scared to go out by themselves to the band and stuff. When you went out by yourself, did you have just as much fun going out by yourself as you would have with your friends?
I did. I probably had a little bit more fun with Leah because she was hilarious.
Yeah.
We were both funny, and I don't think she was used to somebody that was as uppity and crazy as me. Because, I mean, like I told you that time I met GBH and Blackie Lawless was trying to date me, and I dressed up like him.
Yeah.
And then the GBH comes out the front door, and I'm looking like that. I was so embarrassed.
But you probably looked beautiful.
I never got to play the prank on Blackie Lawless because we left with GBH.
Well, what was the funniest rock and roll prank you've ever pulled?
The funniest rock and roll what?
Prank you have ever pulled?
I'm trying to think. I used to have these buck teeth. It's not really a prank, but it was really funny. I used to have these buck teeth. They were like rabbit teeth for Easter, but I would cut the bottom off. So they look like really ugly buck teeth because they didn't have those fake teeth yet.
Yeah.
And I would make every band put them on and take pictures. They're so funny. I still have those.
Oh, nice.
Huh?
I said, oh, nice.
I need to go through my pictures. Yeah, I need to go through my pictures. There's a real funny one with the guitarist of Exodus.
Now, how was Exodus to hang out with?
Oh, Exodus were brilliant. Oh, the Dwarves. I love the Dwarves. The Dwarves are great.
Oh, yeah, the Killer Dwarves. They had one big hit song back in the day.
The Dwarves?
Was it the Killer Dwarves or the Dwarves?
The Dwarves.
Oh, okay.
They're more of a punk band. They're great. Remember I kept sending you that Salt Lake City song?
Yeah.
Excuse me if my voice is going out. I don't know why. I have to cough. Yeah, they're great. I took them to my store. I had my store. Mm-hmm. And I gave the singer a bunch of fishnet stockings. Because he would go on stage with just a pair of fishnet stockings on and nude underneath. It was so funny. And we went to Austin with them. Me and my friend Belma went on tour with them for a few days. And oh my God. There was like a riot in Austin, and they protected us. They put us behind the amp on stage and made sure we were okay.
Oh, that's good, because those riots can get scary, and it shows just how protective we always say the rock guys really are.
Yeah. I told you about Sid Vicious, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's in our first episode I think we did together.
Good old Sid.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And see, I came along in the reunion of the Pistols, before the reunion, but
Oh, the Ramones. I haven't talked about the Ramones, have I?
Oh, I don't think so. So tell us more about the Ramones. Who was your favorite one?
Joey.
Yeah, why was that?
Joey is so sweet. I was standing in line. And Joey comes up to me and he's like, "You look like Sheena. And come with me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he got me in, and he put me on the side of the stage, and he was so shy though. He was just like so shy.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he was. He was so shy. He was like didn't talk much, and I loved him. I mean, I had my friend. They didn't have like cool Converse back then. They did, but they were like, the only color I could find, the most rad color I could find were red.
Yeah.
So I found some in the lost and found in high school that were white, and my friend painted them leopard, and they were so cool. I don't know where I got leather pants, but I had them. And he told me I looked like Sheena. Sheena is a punk rocker. Was their song?
Yeah. What are their most famous songs?
There's a little picture of Sheena, and I think it was in Rocket to Russia, that album. And it does look like what I looked like. It just had a girl with long hair and tie tops and leather pants.
Oh, that's awesome. So was like Dee Dee around at the time, or Johnny, or did you see any of that?
One day, Joey asked me to take him to Snake Farm, which is like between San Antonio and Austin. I was like, sure. He goes, I want to get some more shirts, because he had a Snake Farm shirt, and some friends wanted some, because they've been there before.
Uh-huh.
So he goes, let me go get my stuff, and I'll be right back. And Johnny and Dee Dee come up, and they're like, you're going to Snake Farm? And I said, yeah. And they're like, can we go? And I'm like, sure. But then I forgot that Joey and Johnny didn't get along. So that wasn't good. So I ended up going with Dee Dee and Johnny. And when Joey came back to the car, they were in the car, and he walked off. So that was really sad. I wanted to go with Joey and just have some time with him.
Yeah. But Dee Dee had to kind of, and I can see, because Joey and Johnny, because of Linda, never got along. And do you want to hear something weird? A really weird fact about when Joey passed away? Next to his bed was obviously Linda, his wife, Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols, and Lisa Marie Presley. That was the odd one out, next to Joey.
I thought Lisa was with Johnny.
No, that's what I mean, Johnny. Excuse me, I meant Johnny. When Johnny passed away, it was Linda, Steve, and Lisa Marie. When I met the Ramones, he was kind of flippant. Not like rude, but he was just kind of arrogant, I guess I should say.
Kind of like to himself.
Yeah.
He was nice to me. He was really nice, but at Dee Dee was nice too, but he was weird. I mean, he would just like make these weird eye movements and just like,
yeah,
kind of funny.
Okay.
They used to have a gorilla there at Snake Farm. Oh my God,
a real life gorilla?
A real life gorilla in this little bitty cage, and my friend Tony would go in there and play the harmonica to him, but he would get too excited and jack off.
Oh, good gosh.
It was so funny.
Oh my gosh. See, music does really stimulate people in all the craziest ways.
Oh, yeah. We took some band there that went with the gorilla, but I'm trying to think who it was. It wasn't the Ramones, him. There's so much to see in San Antonio. San Antonio is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't like living here, but if you're a tourist, it's great.
Yeah, the few times that I've been there through my life has been a really good experience. I enjoyed it.
You've been here, that's right. You have been
here. And what were you going to say about David Lee Roth?
Downtown. There's a river that runs through downtown.
Yeah, Riverwalk.
David Lee Roth took me on a date to the Riverwalk. I think he did that because I wouldn't sleep with him.
He's trying to wine you and dine you. And never got to 69 you. Yeah, no, David Lee is really sweet. So does
I wanted to go see him
boyfriend.
in Vegas. When he was in Vegas, but he canceled.
Yeah, he did.
He was doing a song and dance routine. That would have been great because he can dance like a mofo.
Oh, he can. Trust me, and it translates. So
he puts out videos.
Yeah, I follow him on TikTok and stuff. Yeah.
I've got some real good pictures with him. I still have those. Of course, my phone got hacked, so I don't have all those pictures. So
yeah. So then there's another person you talked about, real big punk icon legend that nobody's ever talked about was G.G. Allin. You want to talk more about him?
Yeah. Sure. I mean, most people probably don't know who G.G. Allin is, but he was a performer that tried to be grosser and more extreme than any other rocker. And he was, yeah. He was.
Mm-hmm. He used to throw his stuff on people, stuff that came out of the back and the front.
You know, they say he shits on stage and throws it and stuff like that. I didn't see him do that. Of course, I was far away behind the bar when I saw him first. And then the next time he came, my boyfriend begged me to let him stay at our house, the band. And I'm like, I really don't want that. And he's like, please, please, please. And I was like, fine. And he actually turned out to be a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He was really sweet. I mean, he didn't do anything at our house. And, you know, he cleaned the bathroom when he was finished. I made my boyfriend clean it again. But
yeah. He seemed to me to be more intelligent than people realized he was.
He was intelligent. I mean, he wasn't, you know. I mean, he was born, his name was Jesus Christ Allen, you know. I mean, he had a lot of problems with that growing up and people teasing him, so he just came back and just, you know, he was supposed to kill himself on stage on July 3rd, I mean, on Halloween one year, but it didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't happen, but it's kind of sad the way he died. He OD'd.
Yeah.
On heroin.
Mm-hmm.
This is sad.
Now, on the other side of that, did you ever meet Wendy O. Williams?
Yes, I did. I met Wendy many times.
She was so sweet.
She was so sweet, so kind, and so soft-spoken. I mean, you would not ever think that was Wendy O.
And she was a big animal advocate. Like the last 10 years of her life, that's pretty much what she did before she, unfortunately, chose not to be here anymore.
She was crazy. I mean, crazy.
She was hot, too. I'm sorry. She had a hot body.
She got in this school bus and drove it through this huge thing of TVs and jumped out right before, and then the bus blew up. And another time she got on top of not race car, but kind of a, whatever car, she was on top of the car, and she was on top of the car all the way till, she was in the car. This is different. She was in the car, and she jumped out like minutes before it blew up and went over a cliff.
Dang, she was...
Gene Simmons said she had more balls than anybody he's ever met, and he said she's the real deal.
She was. Much respect and love to that woman. And she even did acting, and I remember she did some Cell Block H. She was Charlie in Cell Block H or something. She even acted, I believe.
She was in a movie called Reform School Girls.
That's what it was.
Yeah, she told me. She asked me if I wanted to be in the movie, and I'm like, yes. And I went to the casting agent, and he wanted me to get naked, and I was just like, fuck you, buddy.
The good old Harvey Weinstein casting couch.
Yeah, Hollywood's like that. That's the only time I ever went to a casting. I was like, I don't want to be an actress anyway. I mean, I just wanted to be in Wendy's movie.
Yeah.
She always remembered my name, always. She would be like, hi. She was so, I mean, I can't believe how sweet she was. The day she died, I cried because she killed herself. And I cried all day. Ugh.
Yeah, that was sad. I think the whole world was kind of, even though she hadn't been in the spotlight for a while because she chose to retreat from it, it was still like, because I think, you know, her and Gigi Allen, like, that was the female version of what punk was, and Gigi Allen was the male version, you know?
Yeah, they were two of the raddest people out there. I mean, they didn't hold back, put it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Now
Gigi would fight with the audience sometimes. I mean, he would just try to fight the entire audience. He's out there, but, I mean...
Well, I think once he probably got on stage, that adrenaline, that stage persona, and everything just kind of culminated, and yeah, that's how it sometimes ended. He flew out to that crowd, that's for sure.
I have a funny Slayer, but, I mean, a funny story about Venom, Slayer, and Exodus.
Oh, yeah, let's hear that.
Me and my friend Leah were at the Hollywood Palladium. I don't know how we got in. I made up some story. We got in because we didn't have any money. And we walked straight to the backstage. You know, the show was already started. And he goes, "Where's your passes?" And I said, "I don't need a pass. I'm Venom's wife."
I'm just the whole band's wife. I'm Venom's wife.
He let us in. He let us in. I'm married to the whole band, buddy.
I'm a polygamist. We did it in Utah.
Yeah, he's like, "Where's your passes?" And I said, "Someone stole them." And he's like, "Here, put these on." And they were like VIP passes where we go anywhere. We ended up partying with everybody, but especially Venom. That was just crazy.
See? It was so easy to get backstage in the 80s.
And of course we were partying with Slayer, too.
How'd you like Slayer? You what?
Catered Slayer.
Yeah, how were they? I always liked them.
Tom is so sweet. Oh my God, that's the time I told you that I caught Hanneman air guitaring.
Yeah! Oh, it's so sad we lost him too. God, we've lost everybody we've talking about so far. We've lost.
I told Tom, I go, "Tom, you're like a fine wine. You get better with age." And he was so happy I said that. He was like liking me then. And I was like, uh-oh.
He does, though. I think he's gotten better looking as he's got older. But yeah, no, they're a bunch of nice guys. I really enjoy them. Now, what about... Oh, I just had him in my head, and I forgot.
I don't like facial hair.
No, that's not my thing either. But sometimes it can be overlooked. You know, the personality.
Oh, totally, yeah.
So, another band that, you know, 70s, 80s babies will remember is UFO. So let's talk about your experience with them.
They were just sweet, and I've met them several times, and I've met Pete the most. I was hanging out with Pete the most. And we were in his hotel room one night, and we were doing coke, and he reached in his pocket, and he goes, "Oh, here, look, here's some more." So he threw it to me, and I did it, and I was like, it wasn't coke at all, it was heroin.
Oh, good Lord.
So I was like in a haze. I was like,
that whole Pulp Fiction scene just came to my mind.
I was young. I was like 15.
Wow.
I didn't do it again.
Did he know that it was? Did he know it was the wrong one?
No, he had no idea because I had given it to him. I mean, back then there was no fentanyl and people poisoning you, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a rock star, people give you stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember I was with Metallica and Kurt gave me like 2 ounces of weed.
Nice. That was the Black Crowes. When I hung out with the Black Crowes, they gave, and like Willie Nelson, every time you're done hanging out with Willie Nelson, you come back with a freezer bag full of it.
Oh, Willie, I've met Willie. Yeah, I've met Willie a few times.
Yeah?
Isn't he sweet?
He is the sweetest person, and he's so funny and just like nonchalant. Now, Desiree, who I've also interviewed, you know who she is. She's actually lives outside of San Antonio, but She is Bucky Meadows, his guitar player's daughter. So she's kind of semi-related to Willie. But yeah, he's one of the nicest people. And then who else were we talking about? Now, you've obviously met Gene Simmons, Kiss, and all them.
Well, I don't know if I told you that story about Gene Simmons.
I don't know. Tell us.
I was walking backstage and he comes up and he's like, "Hey, do you need a drink?" I was like, "Yes, please." And he opens this door and walked in. I thought it was like the dressing room, and it was the broom closet or something.
What?
And I was like, "What's going on here?" He's like, "You know you want the demon." I said, "I don't want the demon at all." And I tried to kick him in the nuts and leave. And he grabbed, and I almost fell. And I took off running. But he grabbed my boobs and he rubbed himself on me. And I was so taken aback. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to kill him."
It's such a turnoff the way... I don't... He approached me kind of in the same manner, but we were in a hotel lobby, and he was like, "You don't think I'm going to let you get away, do you?" And he gave me his room key, and it was just so creepy, and he had, like, gray chest hair and stuff. And I was like, 16? And I was like, no. Dude, no. He was creepy.
Your friend was with him, right?
Yeah, Kristen was. She liked him, but to me, he was just creepy.
Yeah, I think he's extremely creepy.
He always has that weird persona going that's like just so fake and facade. Like he's always turned on to being Gene Simmons, the rock star.
Every time I see him, I cringe.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see, who else? Let's throw Motley Crue.
I don't have too many Motley stories. Nikki Six chased me down the street one time.
Didn't catch ya?
But they were kind of boring. I mean, well, I didn't party with them that much as a band. I would see them like, by them, like I'd see them like when they were alone or whatever. Tommy's the sweetest one. Tommy's a lamb. I love Tommy.
Yeah. I think Tommy was the most kickback one. Vince is just a complete jerk. I never liked him.
Vince is a total ass. I've done Vince and Tommy's makeup before and mixed.
Yeah.
Do Nikki's. Who else did I do? Who was it? It was Def Leppard. I've done their makeup too.
Yeah. So how was Vince when you were... Oh gosh, how was that?
They were sweet. What's his name? Poor Cece was so coked out.
Oh.
It was sad. Because I thought Cece was the coolest.
When he's coked out, his voice and everything, he's, "Allison, give me an egg roll." Oh God, I wanted... Yeah, he's like, "Everybody, let's go party." And it's like, just shut up, Cece, yeah. Just shut up. Do it down or something.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
He probably slowed down a little bit, but at least he's sober now, thank God.
Yeah. Bobby Dahl was actually my favorite one in the band. He was the funniest one, and just...
Most everybody's sober now. I can't believe Metallica's sober.
Huh.
I think they're sober because they had to be.
No. First of all, James Hetfield, this is already long covered with Metallica. We know James didn't go to rehab the first time for alcohol. He got a bleeding ulcer on the Injustice tour, and his doctor advised him to quit drinking, so he started drinking 2 days a week, maybe, and maybe 2 to 3 beers every time he did drink. So, but that's a whole other. And... yeah, he went to rehab because he was screwing all the groupies, and Fran got sick of it. His last rehab because he was having an affair, and look what happened.
And is that when he was married?
Uh-huh.
When I was done with COC, there was like these models from Milan walking around, and like there was so many like really pretty models and stuff there. I was like, what in the hell is going on? Metallica's this is what Metallica's like now.
The bigger the band, the bigger the starfuckers.
They turned into what they hated.
I say that all the time. Oh my God, thank you. You and I both know what they used to be, and they became everything they swore they never would become. They're basically the U2 of heavy metal. They haven't really made any great music lately.
Yeah.
And sorry, Metallica fans.
The first 3 albums.
Yeah, I think after Black album, because the Black album, we were there for everything that was written on that album during the Injustice tour and stuff. And, Danny and I, so that album is just personally special to me. But after that, yeah, no. I think Whiskey and a Jarro and that one song they did with Marianne Faithfull, best songs they've done. After that, nothing.
They've got some book now that has just the Metallica logos or something that they're trying to push. That popped up on my thing yesterday.
Yeah.
Pre-order now. Metallica. I don't know. It's just a picture book. I think they have enough money. Did you know?
Not since James Hetfield got a divorce. Lars paintings what?
Lars paintings go for millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen his art collection? I mean, not of his paintings. That man owns Jackson Pollock. I mean, Basquiat. He owns a huge amount of art.
They're pretty cool, though. But, I mean, I wouldn't pay millions for them.
Yeah, and Jason does paintings.
Some people, just love them so much.
Yeah, and there's nothing.
Metallica has super fans.
They do. There's nothing wrong with that. We have a lot of really awesome Metallica fans here, but on the other flip side of that, there's some psycho ones that you're just like, oh my gosh, really?
That one psycho girl that stalked you about James.
Yeah. How'd that turn out?
Wow.
So, and then let's see. Another band. What's an obscure band?
I met the Who.
Oh, how was it when you met the Who?
They were so nice.
Yeah?
Yours didn't say too much. He was kind of walking around just prancing.
Yeah, John tends to be...
Townsend had a bloody hand. He was wrapping his bloody hand the whole time.
Wait, what year was this? Was this 1989?
No, it was about 1982.
Okay, because 89 when they did their 25th anniversary tour when I first met them. Pete was doing his windmill in Seattle at the Kingdom, and the whammy bar went through the web between his thumb and his finger. So I was wondering if it was after that.
No, he was all bloody, wrapped his hand. I think I've got those pictures still.
Oh, you'll have to find them. So how did you end up?
My favorite backstage pictures into a little thing. I left it on my bed before I moved.
Yeah.
And my niece left him there.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, how did you meet the Who?
I've lost so many pictures from moving, from being in a hurricane, from water damage.
Yeah, I had my storage unit when I first came back about six or so years ago. I had my storage unit broken into and a lot of my stuff stolen.
I'm trying hard to think right now because I don't have my paper.
That's okay. And how did you end up meeting the Who? Like, because everybody thinks...
My friend Karen knew their tour manager.
Okay, Rex King.
They were so nice. I was sitting on Roger's lap and he was whispering sweet nothings in my ear, trying to get me to go to the hotel with them. I didn't go.
And why not?
It was more fun for me to be able to say sorry. I kind of did that a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
I kind of got off on that.
Kind of got off doing the teasing and...
Yeah, because that was about the time AIDS started.
Yeah. Well, and did you ever meet, like, Robert Plant or Jimmy Page? Any of those?
Yep.
No, tell us.
I met Jimmy. I was, young. I went...
Just how he likes them.
Houston. I saw them in Houston, and we got backstage because my friend was a photographer. And I was young. I was like 14. And what's their manager's name? He was a big guy.
Peter Grant.
He goes, "Would you like to meet Jimmy? He'd like to meet you." And I was like, "Okay." And then I don't know what happened. I never. I met him, but I mean, I did not stay.
Mm.
I never took pictures of that.
Well, you just were.
No, I was kind of scared because he was kind of forward, and I mean, I was 14 years old, and I mean.
Well, he had experience being forward with 14-year-olds, didn't he?
I know, like some youngins.
Yeah.
His wife now is like 50 years younger than him.
Oh, Scarlett? Yeah, and his daughter's name is Scarlett as well. That must be awkward.
I can't see him being faithful to anyone.
No, just like, I mean, and we always say, these rock stars, they are wonderful friends, they are great lovers, they are protective as hell, but they make shit husbands. So.
They still had John Bonham then.
Oh, did they? Wow. Did you meet him?
Yeah, I said hi and just hung out with all of them, but I mean, I didn't really stay and party because we were partying with the other bands.
Yeah. Who were the other bands?
I don't even remember. Oh, I can't remember to the life of me. I don't even remember who the first band I went backstage with. I have no clue.
I do. Mine was Van Halen. Well, the first band I met was Van Halen at the hotel we were staying at.
Oh, I know your story.
Oh, yeah. If they only knew.
It was hilarious.
Oh, it was.
I wish I would have had that many balls.
I didn't have that many balls. I just had a couple of daiquiris. So, if out of all the rock stars, because a lot of the ones we've talked about today have sadly passed away, if you could bring one back, who would it be?
Of the ones we talked about today?
No, just of anyone that's passed on that you knew.
Oh, Joey Ramone and Wendy.
Nice. That is a good choice. And what would you do?
Huh?
What would you do when you brought them back?
I would just, I don't know. I would just make sure they were okay, take care of them. I loved them.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another band? Let's pull one from obscurity. How about...
Van Halen.
Oh, yeah. Tell us more about Van Halen.
Van Halen. Eddie was always really, really sweet at the end. He liked me. And because he was always like, "Oh, come party with me. Come on, party with me." And I was always with Dave hanging out.
Yeah.
And, he was in the dressing room with Alex. Eddie and Alex were just having that. And he's like, "Hey, come on in." And Alex is like, "Yeah, come on in." And I was like, "We're smoking a joint with Dave right now.
Nice.
We'll come back." And Alex gets too mad. He's like, "Don't even bother. You're too young for the big V anyway." I was like, wow.
The big V?
Huh?
The big V?
Big V Van Halen.
Oh, I was like, what exactly is the big V?
Too young for the big V. I was like, you're probably right, darling, because I'm about 16.
And what about
like Alex anyway? Alex was a douche.
Was he really? Because he was always really nice to me. I always think if it was today and I had a choice between him and David Lee Roth, I would have gone with Alex.
And what's the bass player's name?
Michael Alec.
Michael, he is an angel too. He was so sweet. I have some really funny pictures with him. I can't believe they kicked him out.
Yeah, well, between them and David Lee Roth and all the politics, we know how politics are behind the scenes, you know. The band politics, I should say. And what about, okay, here's a name. What about Jeff Beck?
I saw Jeff Beck and met Jeff Beck, but nothing happened, really.
Yeah, I've met Jeff.
Just, hey, how are you? Have a drink.
Yeah, I met Jeff on several occasions because of John Entwistle, so... And after John passed.
Poor John.
I think he wore a wig. What, John Entwistle?
Yeah.
That wasn't sad. He went with a smile on his face, for fuck's sake. No, I'm kidding.
That's just sad.
Yeah, it was sad that he passed away, but you know what? He went with someone who knew him, who he trusted, who had his back, that didn't stab him in the back when he was dead. You know what I mean? I mean, if...
Right. He was very lucky with that.
Well,
I'm glad that Cy took your I'm glad that Cy took care of you, and that's just... I'm so sorry you had to go through all that you went through.
No, it's still going on. I still have to send out cease and desist. I still am a nameless novelty and the greatest rock and roll death in history. I'm not even human. Because you know how it is. If you're a wife at home with a rock star, you're awful human. You deserve the respect. But if you're a groupie, fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. People think that about groupies. I don't care.
And yeah, I don't either. But
really,
21 years of the same bullshit, you just get sick of it.
I can imagine. It's been 21 years already?
In June. 22.
Wow.
22 in June. Yeah. And Cy passed away since then. I mean, yeah, we've lost so many people. We're just talking about our dead lovers.
Oh, right? So sad. Like, all the time. Oh, I've met Prince.
Oh, yeah. Tell us more about Prince.
He is just really shy, just stands there and bats at his eyelashes and says, hello. He's a doll.
That's all he needed to do.
My friend Takumi was his guitar tech.
I know Takumi. Takumi is like one of the most famous roadies, like with Oris and with, you know, Rex King and, oh yeah, Tater. I know Takumi. Yeah, I know exactly who Takumi is.
Long black hair, Japanese.
Yep.
How do you know him?
From all the different tours. I mean, we have mutual friends. He's always been around. Everybody. In fact, I was thinking about him the other day, actually.
I love Takumi. I don't know who he's with now. I know he was with Prince for years. He was Prince's guitar tech.
Yeah.
And he lived at Paisley Park for a while.
Yes, he did. And people think... People think
the Purple Rain premiere.
How was that?
That was wild.
Yeah?
It was just, yeah.
Because that was like the definitive moment that Prince became Prince, you know?
That was the first night I met Prince, and we were eye to eye, and I was just like, so... I mean, I'm a talker. I never shut up, and I couldn't even talk. It was like being in front of like royalty or something. I mean.
I know.
That doesn't happen very often with me.
No, same here.
Every single time I met him, I was quiet.
I was pretty quiet. I met him a couple times in Vegas, and it was just... And I was taller than him, obviously, because he's... You know, I was in heels, and he's, 5'3"?
He was so beautiful and so shy and so tiny and such a legend. I mean, he was just...
There was just something magical about him that just, took your breath away.
Absolutely. I mean, he could play every instrument. I mean, wow.
Yeah. I would love to hear, because he left many albums worth of music behind. I would love to hear that someday.
You know who's really nice and everybody hates now?
Who?
Is Kid Rock. Everybody hates Kid Rock.
Oh, there's good reason behind it.
Yeah, but I mean, he was really nice. My friend,
he was.
My friend was playing guitar with him, and they got us like VIP passes because my kids really wanted to go, and they put us on the stage. I mean, right there, everybody could see us. I mean, I saw Dagan's dad in the audience. I was like, hello. So we're on the stage.
Yeah.
He was so nice to my kids. He put the pimp hat on Dagan. They were little, too.
Oh, nice.
And he was so sweet. And he goes, hey, if you want to drop the kids off, we can hang. I didn't go.
He's taller than a lot of people realize, too. Yeah, no,
now he's like a country artist.
He's just back-asswards.
I don't know many people that go from what he did to country.
Well, a lot of people do, because let's face it, the blues, you know, Robert Johnson at the Crossroads created country, rock and roll, R&B, the blues, you know, like Chord G that turned us all. So, but, all right, hon, well, we're coming up on an hour, and we're going to do some more with you, though, because we know. I think you're probably the only other person that has more stories than me. Sweet Connie probably has more than the both of us, but you and I probably, out of all the groupies, you know, from our time, probably ran the most rampant. Yeah, we did.
I don't even remember some of my Metallica stories because we were so bombed.
I know. There's so many things that, like, Danny reminds me of, and a couple other people who are on their side of the camp remind me of. I'm like, oh, God, did I really do that? You know?
Oh, and also with the Ramones, I used to, like, travel with them. I used to go and, like, when they would play, I would go to, like, 5 or 6 shows after that, you know?
Yeah.
And I loved them so much. I mean, they were, like, my favorite. And, you know, it was... I was so sad when Joey died. I just went into, like, a...
And see, I met him on their very last tour in 95 when I first moved to Vegas.
I've seen him like 40-something times.
Wow, that's awesome. And Marky Ramone is still out there doing shows and stuff, and he's got his own beer and stuff now. I mean, he's actually doing great. He's the only surviving Ramone.
Yo, he's got spaghetti sauce too.
That's right, he does. Because we talk back and forth on Instagram sometimes, like on comments.
Aw.
Yeah.
He's really sweet.
Yeah, he is. Like, a lot of people don't realize how many of these rough rock stars like Lemmy and Gigi and everybody is so kind.
And there's those 2 other Ramones that played. They're the one that took Dee Dee's place. Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
I can picture him.
I can't think of his name for the life of me.
I can picture the album cover and stuff, because when I saw him, it was Johnny, Joey, Marky, and then the other guy that we can't think of his name. And he was a younger guy, brownish hair.
And one of the guys that used to always make sure that I got in Arturo, he died.
Yeah.
All of the Ramones are dead except Marky and the other 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And well, technically, for me, Marky is the last one, you know, because that was he was the second OG.
He just came here and did a speaking at my friend's compound, so I didn't go.
Nice.
Because it's all the way across town and I have no way to travel.
So, out of all the bands you hung out with, did you ever meet any rappers or country or?
Oh, we partied with Crue.
Oh, how was that?
They were really nice to us. I mean, we didn't go there as being like, hey. We were just like, oh, we're real big fans. We really love your music. We're going tonight. And they're like, here, and they slapped some passes on us. But, I mean, I was a little bit, I didn't want to get my ass grabbed and shit. Because you know some of their songs.
Well, yeah. The song doesn't make...
We were on our best behavior.
What other rappers?
Eazy-E. I met him in Playboy Liquor, and he was begging me to go to a party with him. But I was like, I'm by myself. I don't think that's a very good idea, so I didn't go. But I did get to meet him.
Nice. Another one that's passed away. That's our theme for this episode.
He's like, you are super fine. Woman, come on, go. Super fine.
That's awesome.
Oh. And there's a couple more that, what's his name with the clock around his neck?
Flava Flav.
But met Flava Flav.
Was he as wild and colorful as he seems on TV?
He is just the same.
Nice.
He is just the same. He didn't have the clock on, but we used to go to Playboy Liquor at like 1:45, like almost every night. And you would meet everybody there. I mean, I can't even tell you the people that I've met in there.
And that's in LA, correct?
That's in Hollywood.
Okay.
And yeah, because everybody would go there to get liquor right before they closed, and I was there every night, pretty much. We used to get a setup every night. We would put beer in the bathtub and a couple of bottles, and then we'd go out and we'd hand out these invitations. Party, blah, blah, blah.
But that was common, though. I mean, beer in the bathtub, like I always talk about when we were hanging out with Metallica, there was always a bathtub full of beer, even though there was like 8 of us, you know?
Hey, back then I could drink 20 beers.
Yeah, being young and being able to hold our liquor. I drank Nicky Six under the table once. Certainly drank Bon Jovi under the table.
He's getting a lot of shit right now because they're saying he's not really playing.
Yeah, but we know. I mean, come on, we know how it goes. And he may not be. He may be, but... And I'm going to do an episode on him and his wife and stuff here shortly, but... I mean, we knew Milli Vanilli were lip-syncing a year before the rest of the world did, for crying out loud, because we knew their sound guy.
Of course he was playing. I don't know what people are talking about, but...
Well, and sometimes you kind of have to have a loop, and I hate to put it that way because, you know, you got Roger Daltrey at this age screaming at the top of his lungs during the shows. He's got to, you know, take a break for some things.
My hair used to look just like Nicky Six. Everybody used to call me that. I was like...
You're like, stop.
Please.
But, right, hon.
My hair, if you ask me.
He's what?
I said he copied my hair, if you ask me.
He probably did. There's nothing that original about Nicky Six. Come on. He's a smart businessman, but there's nothing original about him. And I like Nicky. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good person.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy.
Yeah. We always had a good time, but... All right, Chica. That wasn't so much fun. No. I still hate elevators to this day because of that.
Right, me too. I can't stand elevators.
I won't go in them by myself if I don't have to. Yeah.
Well, all right, love. I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up because we got a good hour on this. And, yeah, we're going to have you come back for more because there's tons of more stories. And just for a bit of a chat, you know. So that's always nice. We can go...
I'm just going to go down from A to Z and write everything down because... at least I remember everything. I mean, I'm old, so...
Yeah. I'm surprised what I remember, and not because I'm old, because how much drinking and smoking we were doing. It's like...
Well, you have a wonderful day.
You too, hon.
Audience, have a great day.
Take care. Lots of love.
Go down like it was the 80s.
Go down like it was a back lounge in the 80s. All right, sweetie. Lots of love to you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye, honey.
My book out there.
Yeah, you got to start getting that out there. Just start writing and then put it on Amazon. Easy
If anybody
peasy.
wants to friend me, it's MIZZDDTX on Facebook.
And she's on Instagram as well, so check her out. Find her, you guys. She's really awesome. But okay, honey.
Yeah, I just got hacked.
Yeah, the one Facebook did. So if you see the Facebook with a lot of advertisements on it, that's not the one.
No. Well, it's under DDTX, so.
Yeah.
All right, sugar.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Love you, hon.
Rock and roll.
Nope. Sorry. Oh, okay.